Grand Rising Soul Fam. Today I wanted to share a message from the Tao by Ma Deva Padma. You know, the Tao is always aligning us with the eternal now. And right now I've been just feeling this Gene Key 38. This is the shadow of struggle. This is the gift of perseverance. And this is the divine expression of honor. And wouldn't you know, it was the card that presented itself to me. Gene Key 38 from the Tao today, 38. It says opposite viewpoints, personal differences, a communication gap, disharmony, misunderstandings, estrangement. You know, we had an interesting astrological aspect with the Jupiter expansion and the Saturn contraction that happened when they squared each other earlier this week. And today we might be feeling it. I'm feeling it with Sun sign Capricorn, Moon in Sagittarius. Capricorn being ruled by Saturn, Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter, feeling that like push and pull. Should we go out? You know, right now my beloved is injured, wants to go, wants to do all the things, doesn't have the mobility to do it. So the push and pull, the opposition. I'd love to go out and spend all this, energy going to do something for the weekend, and yet we're gonna stay here and watch hockey or share Tao messages. So here we go. Opposition. Opposition can be a profound learning experience when it leads to the understanding that differences do not have to create breakdowns. In fact, all apparently opposing forces highlight the unique qualities, the strengths as well as the weaknesses of each other. We commonly define sadness as opposite to joy, dark in opposition to light, and death against life, but from a broader perspective, these qualities are two sides of the same coin, dual aspects of wholeness. In fact, each serves the other, adds spices to life, and creates a beauty that far exceeds the limitations set by rigid thinking. It is said that for everything, there is a season, a time, and space for every purpose and person under heaven. All that is plays an integral part in the big picture of existence. Each being, blade of grass, mountain, or star is individual, unique and independent, yet somehow mysteriously interrelated to everything else. Only the human mind creates the illusion of estrangement and opposition. When we find ourselves in a state of mind contrary to the opinions of another, both parties need to back away from the argument to gain a broader perspective. This cools down the heat of defensiveness and creates space enough for each person to begin to understand the other's point of view. Headbutting is not just exhausting, it creates all kinds of headaches and unnecessary complications. Cutting off from someone because they're different or because you don't agree with their opinion simply shuts the door of cooperation that could provide insight and result in a breakthrough. Once you label a person as impossible, you're cheating everyone, especially yourself. Excluding the difficult is never a solution because it prevents any real understanding of the challenges to be faced and simply prolongs the discord. The intelligent approach to opposition is to first define a neutral ground and then come together on it. It may be difficult to do so, but if you persevere, it will be more than worth the effort and can bring unexpected benefits. No matter how intolerable the situation may be, nothing is impossible once all parties are genuinely willing to give peace a chance. Difficulties in communication can always be overcome if there is a sincere desire to accomplish harmony. It may take some time to restore balance, but trusting it is possible and working toward that goal will ultimately deepen and strengthen the bonds between you. If differences can be aired in an atmosphere of respect, where each individual has plenty of space to express his or her thoughts and grievances without fear of judgment or retaliation, it's an improved situation for everyone. Finally, not taking yourself or your opinions so seriously will help you to dispel your own hardline thinking and at the same time create more space for trust. A little humor helps too because it lightens up the heaviness of an atmosphere created by skepticism and withholding. Bottom line, one of the most puzzling manifestations of opposition arises when elements that naturally harmonize with one another have somehow become estranged. Whether this estrangement has come about because of a misunderstanding or because of external forces beyond your control, avoid the temptation to try to force a happy reunion. The better course is to trust in the wisdom of nature, knowing that which really belongs together will reunite in its own time. Let's go ahead and just take a breath into that. Aligning with the highest and greatest timeline for ourselves, for each other, and for every living thing. And line 2. Times of opposition sometimes bring unexpected opportunities to discover new harmonies. It's a bit like an improvisational jam session that begins in dissonance and somehow magically clicks into a truly inspired and spontaneous concert. Count yourself lucky in this one and enjoy your role in the new band. Line 3. Each one of these is going to have 6 expressions, so 6 different ways that these can show up. Line 3. If you're in a position where another is holding back information or energy or is being aggressive, don't waste your own energy in a confrontation that will only make matters worse. Rather, take time to consider what the source of your disappointment is, what future ideals you've become invested in, and relax your grip. Letting go means returning to a space of neutrality within yourself, with an attitude that's willing to see what's possible without investment in particular outcomes. Line 4. Remember the old adage, where there's a will, there's a way. It's not just a saying, it's a truth. Everybody's unique, yet paradoxically, we're all the same. Celebrating our differences brings harmony into everyone's life. Line 5. Avoid using seduction or any other form of manipulation to coerce others to take sides. Are you feeling my onesie? To play that game is to get caught up in politics. It diminishes your own integrity and ultimately creates mistrust. I like to say that politicians should have NASCAR jackets so you know who they're sponsored by. Line 6, top line. Stubbornly fostering an attitude that proclaims there's no way this relationship can work exposes the fact that somewhere in your thinking, there's a hidden fear that perceives coming together as threatening. It's a good idea to clarify within your own mind what it is you're afraid of losing. Once you've got that straight, the situation will improve naturally. Okay, yeah, that was all of them. Here we go. We've got the imagery there. This is about polarity. We came to Earth School to learn. This is the hardest planet in the solar system. We came here to recognize that relationships don't make us happy. They make us conscious. They wake us up. What a beautiful thing to be awake. When you tune into that place together, now you are in love. The field of love. How beautiful. Sending you so much love. Namaste.